mountain! Ah! Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is on some of the BR changes Gaijin failed to mention. In fact, this was kind of brought to my attention yesterday in my live stream. And it piqued my curiosity, so I've been looking and trying to find where these changes happen and when. And it was first announced a couple days ago, like 3 days ago. There was in a small little excerpt in one of their patch notes, and it was the planned BR changes coming to War Thunder. And apparently they've already been introduced, but Gaijin hasn't mentioned or bothered to put it in their patch notes. In fact, they put it under what they called client stability. So what are these changes? Are they better? Are they worse? I'll just show them to you guys, and you guys can just figure out yourself which way you like them or not. I myself, it just adds to the cluster, the mess that the Gaijin has created and what they call balancing issues. I don't know. But anyways, here are the changes. Okay, so this was brought to me by JB70, who noticed this first. I'll call him JB. That the Hurricane Mark 1L, the late, went from a 2.0 to 2.7 in our arcade. And in realistic mode, it stays at a 2.0. Now, when you look at the battle rating changes list, what also gets changed is the P40 Kitty Hawk E1. And it went up from a 2.0 to a 2.3. The Kitty Hawk went into service from 1939 to 44, and it eventually replaced the Hawker Hurricane. The Hawker Hurricane Mark 1, the reason why it's called the late model is because these things were made from came into service from 1937 and onward. These things were even in production from 1936. And so by 1939, most of the squadron were equipped with these Hawker Hurricanes. Now when the P40 came out, the British realized that the P40 was, in pretty much all aspects, better than the Hurricane. And so then they replaced all of their Hurricanes with Kitty Hawks. So why does War Thunder then give the replacement aircraft a lower tier than what it supposedly replaced? It doesn't really make sense why they jumped these up. It only has machine guns and has a 2.7, meaning it's going to see the BF-109s like the E's, or even like 3.7. 2.7 to 3.7, it's going to see the Focke-Wulfs, and it's going to see a lot of the Yaks, the MiGs, and whatnot, and the LA-5s. Good lord. And the reason why is because these things all have 20mm cannons by now. The reason why they have more cannons is because these aircrafts were better armored, which means now it's going to be incredibly hard to take out any aircraft, because now you have to spend most of your ammo trying to pierce the armor, hoping for a fire and hoping for a pilot kill. So now, what other changes have been made? Well, the C202 in the Italians has been bumped up from a 2.0 in arcade to a 2.3. And again, the Hurricane Mark 1L is a 2.7 now. The Ki-45 High, HEI, actually got dropped. It went down in arcade, it went from a 2.7 to 2.3. And got dropped down from realistic battles from a 3.3 to a 3.0. And the other major change was the 202 got increased, and in both realistic and arcade by 0.3. The Mosquito got dropped down from a 5.0 to a 4.7. The DO335A0 went from a 5.3 to a 5.0. And the A1 also went from a 5.7 to 5.3. The good change is that the Focke-Wulf 190A5/U2 went from a 6.0 to a 5.7, which is a better step for Focke-Wulf since this one's the early Focke-Wulf one. So why it was a 6.0 was the hugest blunder, which is why I never flew it. So now this is a 5.7. I can actually might throw in my lineup now, and then we'll be facing jets and post-war aircraft. It also went from a 4.7 to 4.3 in realistic mode. These other ones are raised from in realistic battle, but remains the same in arcade. We have just a small little, like the Buffalo went up. Both went from 2.0 to 2.3. The Ki-61 Otsu went from a 3.0 to a 3.3 in RB. And now the A7M2 went from a 4.3 and got raised up to a 4.7. Now, the other stuff has been tanks that have been changed now. We get a increase in the FE4202, went from a 6.0 to 6.3 in arcade, and the exact same in RB, which is better direction, but we're still going to be, if you're playing 5.7 Germans, you're still going to be going against the FE4202. Which again doesn't make sense, because if you look at World Tanks text tree, the FE4202 is a tier 10, whereas the Tiger is a tier 7, and they will never ever see each other in battle. But War Thunder thinks they're the equivalent to each other and should be facing each other. Type 60 now dropped down from 8.0 to 7.0 in arcade, and the same in RB. The Object 268 went from a 7.7 to a 7.3, both of them having the exact rating in both arcade and RB. The KV-1B, the Germany, got dropped down to a 4.0 from a 4.3. The M46 got increased to a 7.0, and the M46 Tiger as well got the same increase. And now the KV-122, for those who actually bought that thing, is finally gonna drop it down to a 5.7. So hopefully that will help. Maybe that will help increase its, and you'll see it more in battle. Hopefully it'll increase its effectiveness. I don't know. Hope this helps, guys, and if you guys somehow think these changes are better or worse, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Oh no! I'm going too fast! Ah! Ah, it's a mountain! Ah! I can't pull up! Ah!
You know what?
There we go.
I'm not going into